Chocolate chip cookies were invented by accident in 1938 when Ruth Wakefield added chunks of chocolate to her dough. Thinking they would melt instead, the chocolate stayed whole, creating the treat we love today. A simple mistake led to such a popular snack. But have you ever wondered what makes a chocolate chip cookie so delicious? Let's find out. Let's go back to 1938 when chocolate chip cookies were invented by accident. That's right, accidentally. Ruth Wakefield, who ran the Toll House Inn in Massachusetts, was known for her great cooking, especially her butter cookies. One day she decided to add chunks of chocolate to her dough, thinking they would melt and mix in, making a gooey chocolate cookie. But instead, the chocolate stayed in chunks, creating the cookie we all love today. Ruth's happy accident became a global favorite, but it wasn't just a fluke. Ruth had a plan. She wasn't just playing around with chocolate, she was secretly creating the best snack ever. I mean, who doesn't love a cookie with chocolate? It was basically a recipe for world domination, and Ruth didn't even realize it. Soon, Ruth teamed up with Nestlé, who loved the idea so much they put her recipe on their chocolate bars. In return, Ruth got a lifetime supply of Nestlé chocolate. So not only did she get credit for the chocolate chip cookie, but she also got all the chocolate she could ever want. Now that's a sweet deal. The chocolate chip cookie became a global favorite. From bake sales to late-night cravings, these cookies became a must-have in homes, bakeries, and even cookie dough ads. Who could resist the mix of buttery dough, melty chocolate chunks, and a bit of nostalgia? We all owe Ruth Wakefield a big thank you, and maybe even a cookie. So the next time you enjoy a warm, gooey chocolate chip cookie, remember, it all started with a simple mistake. But Ruth wasn't upset. She was probably just relaxing with a cookie and a cup of tea, thinking, well, this turned out better than I expected. Let's take a look inside the factory making chocolate chip cookies. It all starts with getting high-quality ingredients, each important for the flavor and texture. Flour, the base of the dough, is usually bought from big milling companies that ensure the grain size, protein levels, and moisture are consistent. The right amount of protein helps give the cookies their structure, while controlling moisture makes sure the dough mixes and bakes well. Sugar is used in two forms: granulated sugar for sweetness and crispiness, and brown sugar for moisture and a rich caramel flavor. The quality of sugar affects both the sweetness and how the cookies spread while baking, so it's important to have a reliable supplier. Butter or oils are chosen based on the recipe. Unsalted butter is preferred for its clean taste and even fat content, but sometimes plant-based oils are used for vegan-friendly options. Chocolate chips are usually provided by chocolate makers who make sure they are the right size, melt well, and taste great. The cocoa content and shape are important for both look and taste. Eggs are pasteurized for safety and quality, and leavening agents like baking soda or baking powder are bought in bulk for even rising. Factories choose suppliers carefully, picking ones with certifications in sustainability, organic farming, or fair trade to ensure ethical sourcing and quality materials. Once the ingredients arrive at the factory, they go through several quality checks and prep steps. Automated systems with sensors and cameras look for any impurities or problems in the raw materials. For example, flour is checked for foreign particles and clumps to make sure it mixes smoothly later. Next, the ingredients are prepared for mixing. Industrial scales measure each one carefully to keep every batch consistent. Flour and other dry ingredients like baking soda and salt are pre-mixed in large sifters to spread them evenly. This step ensures the leavening agents are well mixed and prevents uneven rising during baking. Sugar is usually ground a little finer to help it mix faster and more even. To improve the dough's texture, butter is softened to a certain temperature to mix smoothly with the sugar without separating. Eggs are brought to room temperature for better mixing. Every step in the preparation is carefully planned to make sure the dough has the right texture, consistency, and flavor. Mixing is crucial. Mixing is a key step in making cookies because it affects the dough's texture, consistency, and how evenly it bakes. Large mixers are set to follow specific instructions. Based on the recipe, the first step is creaming the butter and sugars together, which adds air to the mixture, creating small air pockets that help the cookies stay light and have a good texture. The timing and speed of this process are closely monitored. If the butter and sugar are overcreamed, the cookies might spread too much while baking, and if they are undercreamed, the cookies can be dense. Once the butter and sugar are well mixed, eggs and vanilla extract are added. The eggs help hold the dough together and add moisture, while the vanilla boosts the flavor. The flavor-dry ingredients are added slowly to keep the dough from becoming tough. Over-mixing can make the cookies too chewy instead of tender. Finally, chocolate chips are gently mixed in to make sure they are evenly spread without breaking. The dough's temperature is carefully watched, as it can cause the cookies to spread too thin if it gets too hot. Shaping the cookie dough is another important step that needs precision. The dough is placed in automated machines that divide it into individual cookies. These machines use special nozzles to make sure each dough ball is the same size and weight. Consistency is key for even baking, as differences in size can cause some cookies to be undercooked or too crispy. For classic chocolate chip cookies, the dough is usually shaped into round mounds. Some factories adjust the shape for different textures, flattening the dough for crispy cookies or leaving it thicker for chewy ones. Advanced machines can even add patterns or extra toppings like more chocolate chips for a better look. To prevent sticking, baking trays are coated with a thin layer of release agents or lined with parchment paper. The dough is spaced out carefully to ensure even baking and prevent the cookies from sticking together. This shaping process makes sure each cookie looks and weighs the same. Baking turns raw dough into golden, fragrant cookies with the right heat and timing. The dough balls are placed in conveyor ovens that provide steady temperature and airflow. These ovens have different heating zones, so each part of the oven can maintain the right temperature for even baking from edge to center. The baking temperature is usually between 325 degrees Fahrenheit and 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Lower temperatures make cookies softer and chewier, while higher temperatures make them crispier. Baking time is also important, with cookies typically baked for 10 to 15 minutes depending on their size and texture. Humidity controls in the ovens keep the cookies from drying out, while fans help the heat spread evenly for a nice brown color. Some factories also use infrared sensors to check the cookie surface temperature, making sure they're taken out at the right time. This careful control results in cookies that are golden brown with crispy edges and soft centers. After baking, the cookies are moved onto a cooling conveyor to firm up and keep their shape. Cooling usually takes 10 to 20 minutes depending on size and thickness. The conveyor uses gentle air to cool the cookies to room temperature, preventing them from drying out and keeping their crisp edges and soft centers. During cooling, a quality check happens with both human and automated systems. Cameras and sensors check each cookie for size, shape and color. Cookies that are too dark, cracked or misshapen are flagged and removed. These may be turned into crumbs or thrown away if they're not good, helping to reduce waste. The cooling and quality control steps work together to find any problems and make sure only the best cookies with the right texture, flavor and look move on to packaging. This helps keep the product consistent and ensures a great customer experience. Packaging is important for keeping the cookies fresh and safe during transport. After cooling, the cookies are moved to automated machines that place them in bags, trays or boxes. These machines use vacuum sealing or resealable closures to keep air out and preserve the cookie texture, whether soft or crisp. This process helps maintain quality and extends shelf life, so the cookies reach consumers in the best condition. Once the cookies are packaged, labels are added with important information like nutrition facts, allergen warnings, and batch codes for quality checks. This helps with consumer safety and meeting regulations. The packaging design is also key, with bright colors, clear images, and attractive branding to catch the eye of shoppers. It's a mix of function and marketing, making the package both informative and appealing on store shelves. The packaging process is mostly automated to be faster and reduce human contact. This helps keep things clean and lowers the risk of contamination. By combining technology and design, the packaging ensures the cookies stay fresh and in great condition from the factory to the consumer. After being packaged, the cookies are stored in temperature-controlled warehouses to keep them from melting or going stale. Distribution is carefully planned to make sure the cookies reach stores quickly and in great condition. Trucks with temperature control are used, especially in warm areas where chocolate could melt. Efficient delivery systems ensure cookies arrive fresh and on time. Just-in-time delivery helps restock shelves without overloading stores, keeping the cookies fresh for customers. Factories work closely with the distributors and retailers to manage inventory and meet demand. The last step is making sure the cookies are presented in an appealing way. Stores place the products in busy areas, like near checkout counters or in aisles with items like milk and coffee. Eye-catching displays and promotions help make the cookies more noticeable and attract customers. The attractive packaging and smart placement make the cookies stand out and encourage impulse buys. This final step ties together all the work from the factory to achieve the goal of delivering a tasty treat to the customer. The product's lasting popularity comes from its consistent quality and careful production. Every step from making the dough to packaging ensures the cookies have great taste, texture, and look. The mix of soft centers and crispy edges attracts many people, making it a top choice. Packaging is important for keeping the cookies fresh. Vacuum sealing or resealable closures help maintain their texture and extend shelf life. This care in packaging ensures the product stays high quality and easy for consumers to use. Its continued popularity comes from a balance of innovation and consistency. While the product updates with new flavors and packaging, it still keeps the qualities that made it popular in the first place. Strong branding and appealing packaging have helped keep consumer interest. With bright designs and clear images, the packaging makes a memorable impression and keeps the product in people's minds. By maintaining quality and meeting expectations, the product has gained loyal customers, securing its spot as a market favorite. Now that you've got the inside scoop on chocolate chip cookies, we've got to ask, what's your favorite way to enjoy these classic treats? Soft and gooey or crisp and crunchy? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tasty breakdowns. See you next time.